The mightiest, and the mega prophet of God, the dreadful servant of God, Prophet David, or war. Is he the Revelation chapter 11, the two witnesses that the Bible has spoken about? And is he the ones the Lord has assigned for us to listen to prepare us for the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ? Brothers and sisters, we are going to look into that. We are going to rightly divide the scriptures, put them into their right places, and then at the end of this video, you are all going to decide and know whether truly the dreadful servant of God, the mightiest prophet, is the two witnesses or not. Stay tuned and let's go into the scriptures. Revelation chapter 11, let's read from there. What is the Bible saying? For the sake of time, let's start from verse 3. Okay, down, then we go there. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to tempt them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. So this is the word of the Lord from the Bible. Now, these are the questions that I'm going to answer in this video. First, who are these two witnesses? Secondly, where would they come from, and what will be their work, and when will they work? We're going to answer these questions. Brothers and sisters, when we talk about these two witnesses, the olive trees that the Bible talk about, we can see a reference in it in Zechariah chapter 4, verse number 14. The Bible talk about some two olive trees there, where it says it is the anointed ones of the Lord that stand by the Lord in the whole earth. And these two anointed ones in Israel is the Moses and Elijah. Among all the prophets in Israel, Moses and Elijah are the ones that the Israelites love most. And so that is the people or the two personalities that God has destined to use to restore back the Israelites. So we assume or we know and understand that these two witnesses will be carrying the spirit of Elijah and the spirit of Moses. How do we identify it? When you look at the Revelation chapter 11, first one, the Bible said, when people hurt them, they shall call fire from heaven. That is the ministry of Elijah. And the second, they shall turn water into blood. That is the ministry of Moses. So we can identify that these two people or these two witnesses will have this personality or have this ministry, the ministry of Elijah and the ministry of Moses. Now, would these people be two different people? Yes, it won't be one person. One person will not carry these two spirits, because the Bible said two witnesses. One man cannot be two witnesses. This one, let's think about it logically. Okay, can one person bear two witnesses? No. When you even go to the court, one person cannot represent two witnesses. There must two different personalities standing there to bear two different witnesses. So these people will be two different personalities that will carry this ministry of Elijah and the ministry of Moses. Then the prophecy will be fulfilled. Now, what will be their work? The work of these two witnesses is to come and prepare the Israelites and let them know that the Messiah that they crucified, or the man that they crucified, is the Messiah. So their message is to prepare the Jews for their salvation. So when they come, their message is what to open the eyes of the predestinated Jews and also the foolish virgins. Now, when would their work start, and when would they be working? Their work will start the very moment where the peace covenant will be signed with the Antichrist. This peace covenant that will be signed with the Antichrist will be signed for 7 years. That is 1 week, 7 days. So when this peace covenant is signed with the Antichrist, that is when these two spirits will arise, Elijah and Moses. And that is the very moment where the church or the bride will be raptured. Why am I saying this? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse number 3. Let's read it. The Bible said, let no man deceive you by enemies, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So before the rapture, the bride will see the son or the man of sin. So the rapture will occur in the moment, in the time where the peace covenant is being signed. So after this covenant is signed, That is when the bride will be raptured up. Then the ministry of Elijah and Moses will also begin for 7 years that the covenant has been signed. Now, something will happen. There is a peace covenant that has been signed by this Antichrist, and the purpose is to bring peace to the whole world. But the message of these people will cause chaos. What is the chaos? When people oppose them, they will call fire to be consuming people. It will be a news all over that there is no peace here. This is causing issues here. This is causing that. Water will turn to blood and all those things. So it will be like the peace covenant that has been signed is useless. And this thing will happen for 3.5 years. So after this period, the Antichrist will arise and kill these two witnesses. So in this period, in the middle of the 7 years, these two witnesses will be killed. Then after that, the real work of the Antichrist will begin. That is when the Antichrist will start setting rules, will be putting things in place. Then the great tribulation will begin. And that is when the church will be opposed. The church will go through the great tribulation. And so that time, the bride has already been raptured. So brothers and sisters, these two witnesses that we are talking about is not a Gentile, and it has nothing doing with Gentiles. The only thing that it has doing with the Gentiles is about the foolish virgins. The foolish virgins are going to benefit from the ministry of these two witnesses. So per what we are talking about here, the two witnesses cannot be a Gentile. The two witnesses will be Jews. The question I want to ask now is that, is Prophet Dr. David Owo a Jew? And secondly, if he's saying he's the one in the Revelation 11 and has started working, going to Israel, has the peace covenant been signed? Brothers and sisters, let us put our feelings and our sentiments down and let us look into the scriptures. Let's see what the Bible is saying. It looks as if I am defaming the prophet, but not. I am not defaming anybody. But we are looking for the Elijah. That is why I'm talking about him. So those who follow me from the beginning of this series, you will know that I am not specifically taking the prophet to talk about him or to defame him. No, he claimed or they say that he is the Elijah. That is why we are looking into his life, analyzing whatever he's doing with the scriptures in order to know whether truly he is the Messiah that we are looking for or we are waiting for. Brothers and sisters, the truth will be revealed. The truth will be known. On this note, you and I can identify that the prophet David Owo, the mightiest, most exalted, most glorified, most magnified, the two mega dreadful prophets of God. It's not Revelation chapter 11 to come and fulfill the promise of God. Know this truth. We'll continue in the next video. We are going to look at his claims, the names that they used to call him, how they reverence him. Then from there, we will know whether truly he is sent from God or not. Thank you so much. See you another time.